The killing of lawyer Mathew Kyalo Mbobu has left Kenya shaken and exposed once again the rot that continues to thrive in powerful institutions. On September 9, 2025, Bobu was driving along Magadi Road near Galleria Mall in Karen when a gunman on a motorcycle opened fire on him, ending his life instantly. Police have confirmed that it was a targeted hit, carried out in broad daylight and meant to silence him. His murder has raised questions that go far beyond a single act of violence, pointing directly at the toxic mix of corruption between Kenya Commercial Bank and sections of the judiciary. Bobu was a respected lawyer with nearly 30 years of experience, known for his work as a chairman of the political party's dispute tribunal and as the head of his firm Kyalo and Associates Advocates. He was not just a lawyer, but also a lecturer, author, and mentor to many law students. His death is not only the loss of brilliant legal mind, but also a direct blow to justice in Kenya. His assassination comes against the backdrop of a decades-long case involving KCB and Captain retired Kumu Muigai over loans and contested properties. For more than 30 years, Muigai has fought against KCB's attempt to auction his properties after defaulting on a loan tied to Muiru Coffee Estate. Over 14 suits have been filed, and each time the courts dismissed them as res judicata, insisting the matter had already been determined. But Muigai has consistently alleged that the dismissals were not genuine judgments but bought outcomes, accusing KCB of bribing judges with millions of dollars channeled through offshore accounts. In a recent video that circulated widely, he named 17 appellate judges and one high court judge, exposing them as part of a network corrupted by KCB's money. This is where Mbobu's death becomes impossible to separate from the broader scandal. His role in representing Muigai in this battle placed him in a direct conflict with one of the country's largest banks and judges whose integrity is already under fire. KCB, which markets itself as a pillar of Kenya's financial stability, is now associated with claims of fixing court outcomes, bribing judicial officers, and crushing opposition through money and influence. A bank of its size is expected to operate transparently and fairly, but here it is accused of fueling one of the longest-running frauds in Kenya's legal history. The judges implicated in this case do not emerge any cleaner. For years, the judiciary has insisted that Muigai's accusations have no proof, but the consistency of the claims, the massive sums alleged to have changed hands, and now the killing of a lawyer linked to the case all point to a compromised system. The judiciary exists to protect fairness, yet when lawyers are being gunned down and litigants accuse court of being bought, the trust that holds the justice system together is shattered. The murder of Bobu cannot be dismissed as just another crime in Nairobi. It is tied to a bigger picture of corruption and intimidation, where a powerful bank and judges accused of bribery stand at the center. If lawyers fighting these battles are eliminated, then ordinary Kenyans stand no chance at all. Justice becomes a commodity bought by the highest bidder. Unless the government confronts this case directly, investigating KCB's role, exposing corrupt judges, and finding those who planned Mbobu's killing, Kenya will continue sinking into a culture where money and violence replace fairness and truth. The country mourns Bobu, but mourning is not enough. His death is a reminder that corruption in banking and the judiciary does not just ruin cases, it kills. And Until accountability is enforced on KCB and the judges involved, Kenya's justice system will remain hostage to greed and impunity. That is it from me for now. Thanks for watching, and this is Sophia Live.
I came to learn through the same friend of mine that they received a bribe of $2.5 million, which was paid in the firm of a prominent lawyer here in Nairobi. My witnesses are ready and willing to give evidence in camera if this is required. And that's why I went to the Judicial Service Commission and I made a petition that they call me, I give my evidence, then they call the judges to explain why or where this judgment is. I was surprised after about a year sitting on the petition, the Judicial Service Commission has written to me. They didn't call me to give evidence, but they have written to me and told me that the judges can use their judicial discretion, and that what they said is what is there. So I'm wondering, do they have discretion to tell a lie? If a judge says a judgment exists and it is a lie, does judicial discretion cover that? And that's why I have decided to talk about this matter, because I don't want it to be distorted. Anybody who wants a reference, please come to me, especially the media. If you have any questions, if you have any clarification, I have all the documents and I have the names of my witnesses. So, thank you very much. Well, I must say I was delighted to hear the president call out corruption in this country, especially the judiciary. And I must say, as long as the judiciary is corrupt, we cannot deal with corruption. Because they are the ones who are supposed to arrest corruption. And I can tell Kenyans, our judiciary is corrupt to the core. It is corrupt. And they take money openly, and they make judgments the way they want. I know in this country, nobody can point a finger at the other person and call them corrupt. The only Kenyan who is not corrupt is a person who has no opportunity to be corrupt, either to give or take. Otherwise, we are all corrupt. But the judiciary, the parliamentarians, if they become corrupt, we can vote them out after 5 years. But the judiciary, nobody can touch them. So they are there punishing people. I have seen people die in the courts. Somebody just collapses because of the injustice. And that's why I have fought for those 33 years. I don't fight for me. It's for those people I know. People have talked to me over the years. When you are in the corridors of courts, that's all we do. Everybody gives a story about their case. And I have seen people suffer. I have seen people suffer. I have seen people get sick and die. So I am prepared. I'm prepared to put my life on the line to make sure that nobody will face the kind of injustice that I have faced.